Welcome to Spooky History. In today's episode we're engaging with a wee bit of theatrical stage play with the Theatre Ghosts of London. Theatres are usually teeming with life, as well as tales of tragedy and high emotions, so it is no real surprise that they have seen more than their fair share of ghost reports over the years. In this edition, we'll focus on some of the very many sightings in theatres across London. Covent Garden, in London, is best known for its markets, but is surrounded by theatres. It has been the site of quite a few sightings. The area has been settled since pre-Roman times and was the town of Ludenwich by 46 AD. Many people have reported a ghostly figure in the tube station and linked it with actor William Terrace, who was said to have frequented a bakery that was on the site but burned down. The bakery, not him. The popular comedic actor was stabbed outside the Adelphi Theatre on the Strand in 1897 when another actor, a disgruntled Scottish actor called Richard Archer Prince, confronted him. Prince had been sacked from a minor role in the theatre some years before after he had been caught criticising Terrace. Terrace was said to have sent Prince money after the event, so there may have been more going on than that. It certainly resulted in tragedy. He is said to have appeared inside all over the Adelphi over the years, at the site of his stabbing and floating about all around the inside. After his stabbing, he is said to have died in the arms of his leading lady, Jessie Millard, after whispering, "I'll be back." Probably not in that accent. He had often knocked on Millard's dressing room door just before a performance and is said to have continued knocking to this day. Terrace is a ghost who gets about a bit though, as he is also said to haunt the Lyceum in Wellington Street, though he has company there, as there have also been reports of the actress Ellen Terry, and one time a patron was shocked during a performance when she saw a headless woman on a balcony. She looked down and saw a severed woman's head in her lap. The Theatre Royal on Drury Lane was first built way back in 1663 and has burned down no fewer than 3 times. The last iteration was rebuilt in 1812, though it has had more construction work in the last few years than a Hollywood actor in their entire career. It has no muffin men, but is teeming with ghostly apparitions. That's a Shrek reference, I believe. It almost burned down again during World War II, which led to a grim discovery by one of the firefighters. The young man was inside, alone, testing the theatre's stability after a bomb had fallen outside and endangered the foundations. He spotted a man in a tricorn hat and, assuming him to be an actor who had not evacuated, chased him for a while, calling out that he was not safe. He followed him as far as a corridor, but was shocked when the man in the hat disappeared through a cracked wall. The fireman investigating the crack and was astonished to find the very hat had been seen on the man on top of the head of a skeleton with a cracked rib. Nobody knows who the bricked up victim was, but the theory was he had fallen foul of someone during either the 1794 or 1812 restorations and had been stabbed and hidden away in the wall ever since. Nearby is the Royal Opera House, which has a poltergeist, of course, noisy ghost in an opera house, said to be Irish actor Charles MacLeod, who died in 1797. He is said to hurl lights and rigging around whenever there is a show he doesn't much care for. Talk about a critic. Others say the poltergeist is an enraged market worker upset that the theatre encroached onto their flower market. The Palace Theatre, Shaftsbury Avenue, in London was opened in 1891 and has hosted many diverse shows, including, in the last few years, Les Mis, Spamalot, and Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. It is said to have 2 notable ghostly residents: Anna Pavlova, the ballet dancer, and Ivor Novello, songwriter and actor, and the inspiration for the Ivor Novello Awards for songwriting. Obviously. Anna tends to take to the stage while Ivor is reported to enjoy sitting at the back of the theatre and watching the shows. I mean, I guess you don't have to pay for a ticket. In the Theatre Royal Haymarket, the ghost of noted playwright John Baldwin Buxton only appears when a play is going to be a success. Patrick Stewart, appearing in Waiting for Godot in 2009, forgot a line, and when he was later asked what was up by his co-star Ian McKellen, swore that he was distracted by seeing a ghostly figure at the side of the stage. I mean, if he brings good luck and he fluffed a line... As the play was a hit, however, it could have been Buxton, though the theatre is also said to be haunted by manager David Morris, who died in 1822 and appears once every year to see how everything's going. I hope he's getting paid. The Peacock Theatre in Portugal Street is part of the London School of Economics, but it was previously the Royalty, opened in 1911. It has one of the more unusual ghost stories, as well as the ever-prevalent ghostly woman said to shriek just before she disappears. The present-day theatre is said to echo the clicks and chirrups of a ghostly dolphin who was kept in a pool under the theatre in the 1970s and died of neglect. I mean, that's awful, but wow. Other ghostly women appear in many theatres all over the place. The Fortune Theatre in Russell Street has been the home of a production of The Woman in Black, brilliant, go see it, since the 1990s. Several shadowy figures have been spotted there, including a woman in, disappointingly, grey. Just outside the West End, the Sadler's Wells Theatre in Islington, home of the Royal Ballet, is said to house the spirit of celebrated clown Sad Clown Grimaldi, who, much like Ivan Novello in the Palace Theatre, likes to hang out at the back of the stage and take in a show. Not particularly scary unless you have coulrophobia, which, yes, maybe he is universally terrifying. Coulrophobia, obviously fear of clowns. The Coronet in Notting Hill Gate was opened in 1898 as a theatre, but has since been a cinema since 1923. Every Christmas, a ghost appears on the anniversary of the death of a young cashier who, after being confronted for having her hand in the till, threw herself off the balcony and plunged to her death. Further from the West End, the Camberwell Palace Theatre of Varieties had the ghost of a lion tamer who was mauled to death by his lion. The theatre was demolished in 1956 and is now mainly a haunted charity shop. Hopefully it's for cats. Finally, more recently, in May 2014, following a concert by a Michael Jackson impersonator in the Churchill Theatre, Bromley, a ghostly image was captured by a fan getting an autograph from the impersonator. It is said to be that of Michael Jackson himself, though, well, probably not. We hope you enjoyed that episode of Spooky History. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified of new videos. You can support us with donations at paypal.me/noisyghostend and find us on most social media at Spooky Hist Show. Thanks for watching and please do have nightmares. Goodbye.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?